Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is January 13th, 2023. It's Friday. It's 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Rochester, New York, and this is my coping with schizophrenia blog entry for today. Today, I'm not doing too bad. I was very tired. I slept a lot of the afternoon away, but I was still able to manage to do my walking exercises and my physical therapy exercises. I did get to go to the pharmacy today to pick up my prescriptions. Um, I did some work on my computer. I do consumer surveys for extra money. Um, and I did some meditation twice today, and I'll do some meditation later on. Um, Today's not a bad day. My anxiety levels are pretty low. My paranoia levels are pretty low. My delusions are not that strong. My auditory hallucinations are pretty much low key at baseline. Um, Depression, anxiety, not very severe. Um, Doing better today than I did yesterday. We did get our first real snow in Rochester. Nothing like what Buffalo got couple of weeks ago. There's only a few inches of snow on the ground right now in Rochester, but it's the first significant snow that Rochester's had since winter started. Winter's always a tough time for me. In my schizoaffective disorder, some days it tends to intensify my hallucinations, my paranoia, my delusions, my depression, my anxiety, my agitation. Sometimes it'll make my insomnia worse. Insomnia hasn't been much of a problem over the past year as it was the previous year before that. Um, I did go to psychiatric emergency a few weeks ago. They kept me for 26 hours, but they let me go because I had to follow up mental health appointments the 2 days after they released me. Um, I'm not feeling violent. I'm not feeling suicidal. I'm pretty much in control of my behavior. Um, I'm not happy about the snow and ice in Rochester, but it's something that we live with. At least so far, we haven't been struck with 7 feet of snow like Buffalo, New York got. Um, but we'll wait and see what happens. Winter's far from over. It's difficult for me to walk in the snow and ice with my right knee that I had surgery on May 13th. I originally fell and twisted my knee on the ice and tore my meniscus, and that's why I needed surgery. So I'm overly cautious about walking on the snow and ice, um, and just not falling down and hurting myself accidentally. Um, but I did buy a pair of new winter boots that are easier to use and lighter than the boots that I had last year. Um, I got more like a hiking boot. Last year I had these really heavy winter boots, but they were so heavy they weren't even worth walking around in. They were just too big. But I don't wear my sneakers outside because I could easily slip in the snow and fall. And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to injure myself again accidentally, and then need surgery again. I went through 3 surgeries in the past 2 years, and I'm a little tired of surgery. I had surgery on my prostate, had surgery on my urinary bladder, had surgery on my right knee. I've had previous surgeries on my left wrist. When I broke my wrist, they put in metal screws. I have pieces of metal and mesh in my abdomen and my groin for hernias. So I've had surgery before, and it's never a fun time. Um, and sometimes they'll give me like a painkiller for 2 or 3 days worth of OxyContin or something like that. But I don't get addicted to them because I have a history of drug use, but I've never gotten addicted to opioids. They were never my drug of choice, and they always seem to make my psychiatric symptoms worse, so I don't take them. Um, but not much else to report on. Saw my psychiatrist last week. We didn't make any changes in my medication. Saw my peer support specialist yesterday. We had a good conversation. I'm seeing my therapist, I believe, next Wednesday. Today is Friday. So I keep up my medical and my psychiatric and my counseling appointments. That's extremely important, especially during the winter. So not much else to report on. Like, comment, share, subscribe.